All right, good morning once again. Welcome to my show. Welcome to my podcast. This morning, I want us to look at Nigeria in the light of the recent designation as its country of particular concern, CPC. But before then, I want you to watch the next video, which is a statement issued by the military hierarchy of our country. After that, we talk about what me and you know is happening as it relates to the situation of the security in the country.
Okay, we're just coming out from the General Security Appraiser Committee meeting. Though this is a very special one, it's something we do periodically, but this was specifically convened because of the current development where Nigeria is being accused of persecuting Christians. I want to assure Nigerians going forward that we're going to add more to what we're doing, add more importance to our operations, and ensure that we checkmate this act of terrorism within Nigeria. And you know very well that terrorism is a global issue, it's a global problem. There are several countries that are challenged in that respect. And it calls for collective effort. So if we have countries out there who are ready to support Nigeria, we are ready to have them on board to help us checkmate the act of terrorism within the space of Nigeria. So we welcome everybody to support us. That's my message. Thank you.
So you watch the video, which is a statement issued by the military hierarchy of our country. In the meeting they had, they call it a special meeting, and they met to respond to the accusation of the United Nations. Of course, and of course, the United Nations, the United States is ready to act. They are ready to act. Like I've always maintained, they do not need the permission of Nigeria to move in to deal with terrorists, irrespective of what sentimental people who are so emotional are saying, people who are blind in their opinion and their mindset, who support the government, whether the government is wrong. The United States will act decisively on terrorists. Now let's talk about what we know regarding the security situation of our country. Right now, over time, Nigeria has been meshed into a terrible security situation in which kidnapping became the currency, became the order of the day. So we seem to be in a government of kidnapping. It seems those kidnapping are now being employed by government. Kidnapping became something like a civil service, a civil service activity that people get kidnapped. All right, from the north to the south, this is what has been happening. But particularly in the north, if you look at the north, in the area of Plateau State, dominated by Christians, in the area of, they call themselves the Middle Belt now, Benue State, which is a Christian state, because what we mean by Christian is people practice Christianity. Okay, they bear Christian names. They are not, it's not, they don't have to, they didn't have to be real Christians in the sense of it. People who actually live a sin-free life, a sinless life. That is not the context. The context we're looking at, they bear Christian names. And even whether they are practicing Christian or not, many of them will never accept to become Muslims. So, by their practice or by their denomination or identification, we see them as Christians. And we see that they are being viciously attacked under the attack of a particular group of people. This group of people, among other things, have dominated the kidnapping scene. And I want us to talk about what we know, like I started in my introduction. What do we know? The group of people who does this, we know them to be the Fulani military. The Fulani military. Before now, we know how the Fulani herdsmen operate. The Fulani herdsmen, their operation is that they invade people's farm, destroy their farmlands, destroy their crops, and the government has not been sincere on it over the years. This has been on since as long as Nigeria has existed, or around the around 1999 to this time. That's about 26 years now. That this issue of the viciousness of the Fulani herdsmen has existed, and they want us to be politically correct by not mentioning Fulani or just call them herdsmen. Who are the group of people that rear cattle in our country most, or who are traditionally cattle rearers? They are the ones. And we understand that most of the cattle belong to highly placed politicians and wealthy people. And as such, they are not ready to find a lasting solution to the problem. They keep going up and down, open grazing. And where do they graze? They graze in the farm, on the farmland of Nigerians. So you take your own business of cattle rearing to destroy my own farm. And then the government, unfortunately, even Tinubu call it herdsmen and farmer clash. No, it is not. That is why the problem has persisted, because there's no sincerity, no honesty. It was 2 days ago I saw a news, or yesterday, that the president has now called for a report. He's waiting for the report of the investigation on the killings in Benue State, I think in Jos, in Plateau State. Why is he doing that now? Why did he wait until when our country was designated as a country of particular concern by the United States, and that he knows that the United States does not need his permission to move in? One night they will move in to Jos and target those terrorists and bomb them. And manipulators all over, you manipulators, you have been calling it an invasion. You are liars. You are dishonest, just like the present and past and successive government have been dishonest. It is not herders and farmer clash. No, it is herdsmen terrorizing farmers. That is what it is. That's what it is. They terrorize them. They invade their farm, destroy their crops. They make videos. Now they even make videos now and post it on social media, feeding their cows on the farm of the other people. These people are predominantly Christians and farmers. And you Fulani, you identify more as Muslim and cattle rearers and vicious cattle rearers. That is what it is. And since they are not ready to be sincere, they keep being politically correct. They say it's a clash between the herders and the farmers, which is a big lie, and that's why the problem has consistently existed until Trump, lit fire on the butt of Tinubu now, is ready to do something about it, because they will not actually wait for his permission to move in. That is that. What are the other forms of operation of this group of people? They have killed people in their homes in Benue State and Plateau State. They will just move in the night, as if in the form of reprisal attack or vengeance. Okay? They will move in and kill people in their sleeps. That's what they've done in Benue State, they've done in Plateau State over the years. They will move in, kill everybody in that community, in their own breast. They can kill 200 people overnight, including children and women. And then, before the daybreak, they will have moved like 5-10 miles away from the circumference where this crime happened. I grew up in the northern part of Africa. I know how they operate. My father has been victim of the attacks on the road, on his way back from his business place. He was hit by their stick, just in an attempt to kidnap and rob him. So I know how they operate. They will move like very many miles away from where from the scene of crime, so that it will be difficult for investigators to know who did it. And that's why they've gotten away with all these vicious crimes over the years. And we keep seeing mass burial every day, every now and then in Benue State and Plateau State, especially. Other states are also affected, Taraba and other places. And most of the time, it's these Christians that have been their target. I will admit also Muslim communities have now become their easy target also, because of insincerity of our leaders, northern leaders, and the leaders as a whole. The moment anybody moving through the borders, he become a northern Nigerian. He become a Fulani man from Nigeria. He become an Hausa man from Nigeria. It's not true. Many of them are Nigerians from Niger. So some of them are from Chad. So we do not have data to know who is a Nigerian and who is not. It's only that if you speak Yoruba, they know that you're likely going to become from southwest Nigeria. Most other people who speak Yoruba in Africa are originally from Nigeria, who have moved to Ghana, Togo, and the rest of them. But it's difficult to know who is not in Nigeria, who is coming from the borders from the north, from Niger, Chad, and what have you. It's difficult to identify them, and because our country is not serious about it. So they come in through the borders, commit crimes. They are also being used as political tools. After the elections are gone, they are unable to control them, and they keep committing crimes. Even now, after the country has been designated as a country of the particular concern, there have been reports of several killings in Benue and Plateau State again. The thing has not stopped. Despite the appellation of CPC, it hasn't stopped. And I'm so happy, I'm so glad Trump is taking this matter in his hand now. And it's not just about Trump. We should also be grateful to Senator Ted Cruz of the United States. Nigeria is not a country in isolation. We are in a global village now. The internet is there. All the videos, all the killings, all these videos are on the internet. They are on Facebook. They are everywhere. These people can get all these things without even coming to Nigeria. So it's a lie. It's a lie taken too long, taken too far to say the killings are not targeted at Christians and that they are not genocide. When you go and kill people in their homes, in their sleeps, what is that? And then you run away. After some time, a week, 2 weeks, you return again to do the same thing. We have insincere leaders. The military is not sincere. The politicians are not sincere. They keep devoting a lot of billions of money for this insecurity, and they never wanted it to end, because that's where they make their unrighteous money. You see.